What's up guys, JV2017 here, and today I have a fairly simple video showing you how to increase your FPS in Fallout 4 on consoles. If your game ever feels really jittery and suffers from low frame rate issues, then these two mods should absolutely help you out. Right now, this method is only available for Xbox One, but I know some of you PS4 players may be suffering even more issues than Xbox One, and I can't guarantee it, but I'm sure these mods will make their way on a PS4 once console mods are released later this month. All of the mods featured in this video are linked in the description below, so you can go ahead and add them to your library for download on Bethesda.net immediately and get them on your Xbox One. Let's go ahead and get started. Some of the biggest performance issues with Fallout are caused by lighting effects in the game, and I'm not sure if Bethesda just intentionally, kept these in just to make sure that the graphical fidelity was as high as possible, but it would have been nice to add some options to remove them. Luckily, we do have these two mods that will completely remove both of the effects, but before I show you the exact result of these mods, we're going to look at what the game does before. So first off, we have Godrays, and the best way to show this off is right here when you're looking through a tree and you see these rays kind of passing through and hitting the branches. It's really a cool effect. Honestly, I'm not sure how realistic it is, but it's a cool effect, and sometimes I do appreciate it. But for the most part, it does, put a big damper on your FPS, and that's an issue. And the other one is lens flare. So let me see if I can get in a correct position to show this off to you guys the best way possible. But if you're looking at some kind of light, you guys know what lens flares are. You can tell right here on my settlement building on the left side of the screen, you can see that one line. As I move, you can see that line kind of move with it. That lens flare is constantly on the screen. Yeah, you can see it big time on the left side of the screen right now. And that's a constant thing as well. And since that is, on by default, you can't turn it off like you can on PC, doesn't allow you to improve your FPS just by the settings menu or anything like that. Luckily, we have these two mods that completely disable both of these features. Both of these mods are created by Nitra. Once again, link in the description below. So first off, we have Disable Godrays. It does exactly what it says, disables all Godray lighting effects, and this definitely does increase your FPS. Next is Disable Lens Flare. Once again, this just removes that exact effect that we just looked at in Sanctuary and gets rid of it entirely. So you should see a slight performance boost from this as well. Both mods are super small, so there's really no excuse, and they usually don't conflict with any other mods. And this is what the game looks like with all of those lighting effects turned off. Well, just Godrays and Lens Flare, both of those are disabled with those mods. But you can clearly tell it's the same exact time of day. The sun is out. It's kind of glowing off the streets like it was before. We've got the shadow effects. All of that is there, but Godrays and Lens Flare are disabled, and this helps big time. So I'm going to show you guys pretty much a before and after just to show off exactly what's happened. So we can clearly tell that the Godrays are not poking through this tree in the exact same way that they were before. In fact, they're not even there. And so that was one of the most hardware-intensive features on PC. You can imagine it's the same kind of issue for consoles having frame rate problems. Here's kind of a before and after. You can tell before, clearly, poking through this tree, it's kind of a really cool effect, but it would cause some issues. And afterwards, it's not even here. It's pretty much gone completely. And so that solves a lot of problems for people with, having frame rate drops and whatnot. And also the lens flare is completely gone as well. You can kind of already tell, but just to show you the exact position as before, this is what we have now. And then before, we kind of had this weird effect going off of the bell on the side of the settlement here that I've built. And that's just non-existent. And so these were kind of, a few issues that would really cause people problems on PC since launch, and people would disable them and have better frame rate. This is essentially the same exact thing, but just ported over to consoles by Nitra, and these are two very, very helpful little additions to help you out with, unnecessary frame rate drops and unnecessary features that can put a strain on your consoles. And just to show you guys that this does indeed work, I came to one of the worst frame rate areas in the game, pretty much downtown near Swan's Pond. At least for me, this was the worst. You still are going to get a little bit of jittering. As I've been testing it, I have still been getting a little bit of jittering, but I'm not having those really awful stops and, periods where I go 30 seconds just constantly at 20 frames per second. It seems like things are more consistently 30 frames. We do get a few jitters here and there, and it seems like it's always in the same spot. So some of these spots may be just the game and the game's issues, but you're not going to get those harsh times where you're just, stuck in 20 frames or less, which are just awful and really kind of take you out of the experience. And so that's really what this mod does. It is kind of a quality of life mod, very similar to the video I made the other day, but this will improve your performance by a marginal amount, and it will kind of enhance things just a bit and make things a little less, frustrating to play around with on consoles. Some of you may be thinking, hey, JV, the game doesn't look as good without those lighting effects. It's kind of like a downgrade. And honestly, this is a sacrifice. This is kind of trading, lighting effects that make the game look shiny and cool versus higher frame rates. And that's something you'll have to decide before downloading this mod. But I know for some of you, especially, these constant jitters in low frame rate areas can completely take you out of the experience. And I've experienced the same thing when I played Fallout 4 on console before upgrading my PC. So I totally know what you guys are going through sometimes, and I really hope this does help you out. In the comment section below, I'd like to know, do you have performance issues on consoles? Are there certain areas that really give you problems with that? And also, will you actually try these out to improve them? They are just a few kilobytes, really small. This is not going to impact your overall space for console mods pretty much at all. So let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. Alright guys, today I showed you how to improve performance in Fallout 4 using console mods, and next time we will cover more Fallout on my channel, so stay tuned for Fallout 4 tips and tricks videos. If you learned something new or enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe for Far Harbor DLC, my survival mode live streams, Bethesda.net mods, and general tips and tricks videos. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.